Fuck's sake, does this ever end? How is literally anything secret going on in this asylum? The bloody size of it! It'd have to be housing 90% of mental illness sufferers in the United States to justify its existence. It'd put everywhere else out of business. Oh no, another 2-day week, dear. How are we gonna pay the rent? I just don't know, sweetheart. We've only got the 2 lunatics now. Murkoff won't share any of the 700,000 they're keeping up in the mountains. One of ours isn't even mad. He dropped by last Tuesday to fix the printer, and we managed to trap him in the kitchen. We hoped he'd develop a mild persecution complex at least, but it's become sort of a siege situation now. And of course he's in there with 18 months worth of food. I mean, this is just a corridor crawler now. This is Doom without monsters or guns. Fuck me, is that Chris Walker? Fucking hell, open the door and get away from him, and now shut the door. Oh, there's a vent. There's a getaway vent. Good times. Man, we locked out there. Big Chris looked like he was systematically moving from room to room looking for his bedtime snack. See, this is what I'm talking about. How can Murkoff afford to feed Chris Walker? What fucking ecosystem does he fit into? Left unchecked, the man would go full Katamari and devour existence itself. He's like Kirby after the mushrooms have worn off. From K. Vigalondo at Murkoff.us.com to C. Eisner at Murkoff.us.com. Subject, patient William Hope. Hey, it's Cindy. Another interesting conversation with Billy this morning. He says he's been talking to Dr. Wernick again for his therapy in the White Place. I'm disturbed by the fact that his delusions have only gotten worse with medication, which isn't in the literature for benzodiazepine. In any case, his dead doctor friend is filling his head with more German folklore. Apparently, the only thing that can kill the Wall Rider are vampiric butterflies vomited from a demon called Horexi. The butterflies suck the breath from people's lips and drink blood from their nipples. They can also take the form of emaciated upright pigs or sick dogs. So Billy's got that going for him. You'd mentioned Billy talking about his mother's tattoos before. Are any of them by any chance tattoos of butterflies? Next time I get outside of the Murkoff firewall, I'm going to look online and see if there's any actual basis in German folklore or if Billy's making this garbage up from whole cloth. Would love to compare notes sometime. Wouldn't mind doing it over a glass of wine. Winky face. Gets lonely up here on 2. Kurt. Oh, Billy's been talking shit again. Gonna have to deal with Billy soon, I think. He's making me read a lot of memos. But never mind Billy, let's talk about Kurt. Kurt, you sly dog. Moving in on Cindy. You got some game, son. Why don't you come up to 2 and compare notes with me about emaciated man-pigs and nipple-eating butterflies? I'm very lonely. Oh, Kurt, say it again. Will 1 glass be okay? Wouldn't want your standards to be anything above rock fucking bottom. Get out of my way, corpse. I'm trying to journalist. I'm noosing the shit out of this place. Oh look, we're back at the start. Hooray! Is that the end now? Or are you going to make me go through the gift shop first? I'll take a t-shirt and a mug, please. Ooh, and that reaction photo of Traeger slicing my fucking fingers off. You can't put a price on memories. Am I right? Translated from German. Ooh, lucky us. Berlin, 6th of September 1938. Reichsleiter Lonner and Dr. Medrog. I have pressing news concerning the ongoing work of Dr. Rudolf Wernick in his development of the morphogenic engine, expanding on theories developed in his brief but unfortunate relationship with A. Turing. If I had not witnessed it myself, I would not believe it had happened. But beyond even the promise in cellular regeneration and guided cancerogeneration, I believe Wernick's method has breached the spiritual realm. Something crossed from the other side. I personally witnessed the appearance of an apparition. Briefly, but undeniably so. Please forward my note and invitation to witness further experiments to Dietrich Eckart. I do not doubt that the Führer himself may need be made aware of our discoveries. It is my opinion that Dr. Wernick's successes represent an enormous opportunity for our cause and the German people, and are obviously sufficient reasons to keep him out of any sort of culling program. Regards to your family, signature illegible. How dare you drag Alan Turing's name into this? That man was a forefather of the video game industry. The good one, before the microtransactions came, before Sonic wore a neckerchief. Good day.
Yes, I'm supposed to tell you, the key to the house of God is in the theater, behind the light, in the theater, behind the light. You have to see the movie, so that's where he left the card, okay?
Joker! I need your help!
coming!
Well, thank you, madman. I mean, you could be infinitely more helpful and open the fucking door for me, but I suppose being angry at you for your limited mental capacity would be a lot like punching a librarian for not finding me a book that I wanted. Both would make me feel better, but, actually get back here. Oh, beautiful tunes. Hey, melty face Elton John. Hey, Melton John. Play some fucking Chopin. Claire de Lune. Claire de Lune. No? Okay then. Man, I feel really bad. Killer Croc just shut me down hard. Has this awful place turned me into nothing better than the very braying savages I've been fleeing? Howling and hollering for 19th century nocturnes and waltzes like some sort of child? Fuck me, aliens! I mean, oh good, a movie.
Exit interview recorded December 27th, 1985 in Los Alamos, New Mexico. Clearance Sierra Alpha. Subject Dr. Rudolf Wernicke, 14866.
The films are real.
There was no alteration to the footage at all? No trickery?
None.
In June of 1943, you recorded 3 instances of spontaneous bleeding. Half a dozen test subjects began to develop brain tumors.
Yes. The autopsies revealed that the tumors were pure lead.
It killed them? Can you explain why the results could not be reproduced in the United States?
I have my theories. My homeland in those years. It's impossible to understand the things we felt, what we believed. The overwhelming fear, ecstatic rage, and English words are insufficient. More than hope. The human mind in that environment is capable of extraordinary things.
You're saying the experiment needed...
The proximity to death, to overwhelming madness. Only a test subject who had witnessed enough horror was capable of activating the engine.
Do you believe your test subjects achieved something supernatural?
No,
You think that they contacted something supernatural?
nothing is supernatural.
Then what was it? You said Project Wallrider was a gateway. A gateway to what?
Wow. If that's what passes for movie night at Mount Massive, no wonder everybody went fucking insane. We got a note back there as well. Shall we? The man sounds like Dr. Strangelove's anemic brother. It's a 25-year-old audio recording, an interview with this Dr. Wernicke. Los Alamos means government work. Wernicke talks about spontaneous bleeding, tumours and psychosomatic reactions in sufficiently disturbed people. Seems to walk a line between science and Nazi mysticism. Only a test subject who had witnessed enough horror was capable of activating the engine. The morphogenic engine. The engine! The movie they're projecting. It gets in my head like a song you can't stop humming. I blink and see Rorschach tests that look like swarming insects and infected surgery wounds. The patients talk about using the engine to conjure the wall rider. It's the buzzing I hear in my bones. You sure? Could just be bees, Miles. Could just be made of bees. Do you find sometimes you wake up in the mornings and you've honeyed your pants, Miles? Are a lot of your social relationships strained thanks to your habit of spontaneously hocking up dead drones into the faces of your peers? Do the local neighbourhood children throw rocks at you before being later discovered murdered in their beds covered in thousands of mysterious stings? Miles, does a haunting Philip Glass soundtrack accompany you wherever you go? Realisation dawning on you there, Miles? From D. Brunton at murkoffcore.us.com to G. Willard at murkoffcore.us.com. Subject RE. Flesh-eating bacteria? Wash those hands regularly, winky face. September 19th, 2013 at 4:19 a.m. Grant, G. Willard at murkoff.co.us.com wrote, necrotizing fasciitis. Really? I fucking quit. There we go. We found the breaking point. Here's a busload of money from our deeply illegal and revoltingly unethical experiments. A lot of men, women and children died, tortured and alone so that we could pay you this money. It's important that you know that. Yeah, cool, just right in the trunk of my Range Rover. Also, there's some necrotizing fasciitis going around. Fuck this shit, you monsters! I've suddenly grown a moral compass, and it's pointing the fuck away from this skin-eating death mansion. Whoa, spooky! Might have messed myself if the last 3 jump scares hadn't been minor variations on exactly that. Boogie, boogie, boogie. Oh no, a man, suddenly. Well, we've got to get in there somehow. This should do it. Also, let's talk about this new crack in the camera lens. I applaud the realism, and by realism I mean, fuck me, it finally broke, because it's one thing to break the camera, but if we're playing in a game universe where the camera can actually break, this thing should have been in 19 fucking pieces long ago. But anyway, clap, clap, clap for the realism, round of applause. But my god, it's irritating. My fucking goodness. And these random blasts of red static aren't helping matters either. You know what it's like to me? It's like a rogue eyelash bristling at the corner of my eyeball. Just tickling it. And no amount of poking or rubbing or nothing will get rid of it. Just sticks there, making you cry. There. You finally did it, Outlast. You made me fucking cry. Admittedly, this is the last way I thought you'd do it, but the past 3 hours of gameplay aside, I guess you're full of surprises. Hey you! Hello! Oh dear. How's business? Look, you're not still angry about me tricking you back in the corridor, are you? Alright then. Suit yourself. I'll tell you, some of the psychopaths in here are alright. They'll have a chat, they'll give you advice. Yeah, sometimes they'll wig the fuck out and try and cut a vagina in your throat so that they can hate fuck your brains out, but broadly speaking, they're okay people. And then you get these dicks. No need to do that, was there? No need to shut that gate. You know that's where I'm headed. Now I've got to go the long way around and possibly run away from Chris Walker again. Just because you're mad doesn't mean you have to be rude, does it? Now go and find me a new camera. Some plot-brained sponge fucking retard made me drop mine. It's giving me a migraine. Haha! Somebody recorded over your VHS Star Trek tapes. Bye-bye, last thread to common humanity. The static again. A patient knelt in prayer. Maybe he bought Father Martin's line of bullshit. Maybe he hears what I hear, but more clearly. Maybe it's his way out of this place. The priest called it the Gospel of Sand. Are we still calling it bullshit, Miles? Are we still taking that line? I mean, we've seen the Wall Rider now, haven't we? Fuck me, we can't get rid of him now. Buzzing around like a bloody housefly trying to find a window to get out of. Father Martin's been pretty much spot on since we got here, to be honest. Showed us which way to go, left us nice little notes, stopped the naked twins from murdering us early in the game. You're just ungrateful, Miles, that's the real problem here. And you're an idiot that goes sneaking around a mental institution at night without so much as a can of mace to protect yourself with. What are we praying for, gang? World peace? Ask Santa for a new camera while you're down there, will you? Well, this looks like the way out, but it would be neglectful of me not to check the other doors before we leave. Sorry, I'm not trying to stretch this out. Look at the camera time code. I've not even been playing this 2 bloody hours. Feels like this is literally the only game I've ever played in my entire fucking life. I am an unworthy supplicant who can serve our Lord only by feeding our Lord. Please take me, Wall Rider. Let my shepherd's apostles see it and spread it with his lies for a greater truth. Your time upon the world has come. My flesh longs for your beautiful wraith. My blood is filled with you and waiting to be set free. This is my prayer. Write your gospel in my flesh. There you go. Wasn't that worth the extra exploration? A love note to Wall Rider. He's a hottie, to be fair. Definitely Mr. July on my preternatural abominations calendar. So, I'm just trying to get a fix on this here. Does the Wall Rider only exist if people believe in him? Is that what all this is about? Because if that's the case, you realise he shares a conditional existence spectrum with Tinkerbell from Peter Pan, don't you? Clap your hands if you believe in the Wall Rider! Wish harder, children! Nothing to be ashamed of. Tinkerbell's an ice-cold killer. God hates sickness. Well, I guess that explains why he lets people die of it then. Save me, God! You know, I don't want to catch that. God hates money. That's only because the motherfucker doesn't need it. Try coming down here and paying your rent with love and understanding, God. He'll take the dirty dollar, same as the rest of us. Howdy, boys! You're not gonna try and stab me or eat me today? All the best, then. You pair of brain-sick, trouser-hating mutants. I'm here, Father. Don't start the show without me.
My Job, you alone shall escape the Talva.
This is your penultimate act of witness. The promise of the prophets was always freedom from death. And here it is. You will watch and record my death, my resurrection. And together we will be free. You are no longer in any danger. I fixed the elevator. It will take you to freedom. We will all of us be free. Now, my son.
Hold on. Let's give him a chance to resurrect. Oh, here we go. He's wiggling. He's just building tension. You'll see. This is showmanship 101. And back to life. Oh, no. He's fucked it. Let's read the review. I can't believe Father Martin one-upped Jesus Christ himself in shitty ways to die. And I don't believe I'm gonna miss him. A way out. If he's telling the truth, now I've got a way out. And a story to tell. He wants me to spread his gospel. I'll tell the whole fucking world. There you go. Good stuff. Better leave early to beat the traffic. It's murder getting out of that car park. Thank you, gentlemen. Always a pleasure. Here, have a battery. Use it to bargain for some pants. Trust me, you'll love them. Oh no. No, thank you. I've had the time of my life, and I can quite honestly say I've never felt this way before. You're somewhere between a listless boredom and the mild urge to vomit, like working your way pissed through a large kebab. Home time. There we go. What's the betting somebody just shoots me dead the minute I try and walk out of here? What are the odds on that? I mean, this blatantly isn't the end. We haven't had the big wall rider boss fight yet. The only question is, where am I going to have it? Here? In the lobby? Oh wow, Father Martin, really? Back down to the fucking basement. You're as crappy a friend as you are a magician, Martin. This had better lead straight to some sort of submarine dock, or I swear to God. Well, there's nothing I can do, is there? Hobbling around like fucking Reek from Game of Thrones with my fingers chopped off and my ballsed up camera. Anything worse than tripping over a shoelace is gonna kill me outright at this point.
Prehistoric bitch, how we do things downtown.